Hello, collective. Welcome back to Cusp of Roses for your new moon in Capricorn and Aquarius show reading. I am super excited to bring this reading out to you all, and I hope it does find you in the highest vibration possible. Thank you guys so much again for all of the love that you show, especially on my moon readings. I know they are a little different, but I really feel connected to them, and I'm so happy that so many of you do as well. If you're new here, welcome. I'm very grateful that you decided to check me out today or whenever you are watching this reading, okay? Make sure you read through the description box below. It's going to have everything you need to know in order to get the most out of my readings. Definitely check out my community board as well, as there have been some recent updates for my channel so that you can know and be in the loop on what you can expect from me moving forward here, okay? So again, I thank you guys so much for all of the love that you've shown me on my channel, especially over on my Instagram page at Cusp of Roses. We are also now on Twitter at Cusp of Roses. So if you're more of a Twitter person, check us out there. I'll be posting the affirmations or anything that really kind of comes in intuitively there as well, if you like a more live feed type of social media platform, okay? Well, let's go ahead and get into our moment of gratitude. So I'm going to be offering 4 deep breaths, 2 that I will guide you through, 2 that we'll do in silence. You are more than welcome to breathe along with me. You can do the prayer that we used to do before we get started or your own prayers. You can have a moment of silence, okay? This is really just time for you guys to ground in your energy, center into what you really need confirmation on, what you're seeking from your angels, your guides, and your ancestors through watching this reading, and focus in on that energy. All right, so for those that will be breathing with me, let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And breathe out. Let's take a deep breath in. And breathe out. All right. So as always, we are going to get started with our Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck just to see where this new moon energy is kind of connecting with us at. If you are new to chakras, there is a quick reference guide to the 7 main chakras that align along the human spine, really connect us to this earthly realm. There are over 100 chakras that we connect to, but we're just focusing in on the main 7 here. So check that out as a reference if you are new. All right, let's see. Thank you so much, Divine. Please show me where this new moon energy is connecting with us energetically. Okay, root chakra, complacency. Hi, Joker. Good evening. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. Complacency. Okay, so the root chakra. A lot of you feel a call. Solar plexus, miracle energy. A lot of you may feel a call. Okay. And we have the throat chakra quest. Okay. Sorry, I wanted to jump in there. Hi, Bane. Thank you so much for being here as well. All right. I want to focus here on the root chakra first. This particular card, I mean, there's really not much behind it that you would really need further explanation on, right? It's just that energy of something has withered, right? There have been certain seeds that are no longer blossoming, no longer blooming, things that have been a little bit decayed in your energy field, okay? And you've either been very comfortable there, and it feels like this is what this new moon is kind of either highlighting, where you still feel a little empty, where you still are maybe settling for something less than what you deserve here with the complacency, or just really having a hard time letting go of something that once brought you a high level of security. All right, so getting into that root chakra, that was kind of the energy of the Mercury retrograde that was coming through. So definitely tap into that. I do have chakra healing meditation music on my homepage and in my playlist section. So check that out as well. But this is just really a time to look and see, collective. Again, where have you been settling? And they won't let me pull away from that word, so we'll stay there. Where have you really been settling? Whether this is in your career, whether this is with your finances, whether this is with your home, whether this is with friendships, whether this is romantic partnerships, anything under the sun here, okay? Remember, this is a general reading. So where have you been super, super complacent? Not really willing to let go, not willing to move forward, not willing to set your sights on something better, right? Think about those things that you continually lament over, even though they're already kind of dead and gone, all right? That's the energy that this new moon is kind of bringing up here. We also have miracle in the solar plexus. So for some of you, this complacent energy is from a lack of confidence or from a lack of energy to, or motivation, right? Or determination to actually believe that there is something beyond this kind of dead field, right? Beyond whatever you are struggling to let go of, okay? It feels like the divine really wants miracles to happen. Some of you might experience some of your manifestations coming into form under this new moon energy, okay? But it feels like whatever this miracle energy is, the divine is trying to get you to believe, trying to get you to have a higher level of faith, a higher knowledge of self, right? Like you are more than capable of letting go, one, right? And planting new seeds and watching them grow. Whatever feels like, oh, that would be a miracle if that happened to me, or it would be a miracle if this actually occurred, right? Like whatever you kind of feel is far-fetched or far-reached or a far reach. Is there, okay, is English happening today? I don't know. Guys, just bear with me, okay? Whatever kind of feels out of your reach, collective. I think this is a sign here from the divine that it's a little closer than you think, or something is about to happen that you've either put on the back burner, totally said, that'll happen when pigs fly. Like, pigs are about to fly for you, all right, for that collective, okay? I'm excited to get into that energy. We also have Quest here in the throat chakra. This specifically talks about what you give life to through your God center, which is your throat chakra, okay? Through the power of your words. You can either speak life into a situation, or you can continue to speak stagnancy, speak death, speak things that are of low vibration that actually zap the miracle kind of out, right? That kind of deplete your energy. So it's really, really important that the words that you say, not only out loud, but to yourself, even in silence through your mental space, are truly watering the seeds that you have planted, okay? So some of you, where it's this complacent energy, it's like that whole vibe of, oh, things will never change. It's always been this way. I should just go ahead and give up because what's the point? It never really happens. Like those words, even those thought forms, is what's actually watering the seeds that you've planted, okay? So if you're trying to see a major shift, if you're waiting on that miracle, then you really, really want to pay attention to the words that you use, the things that you say, and the thoughts that you think, okay? Because it truly does determine your path, right? This is where the power of affirmations come in. This is where scripting comes in as well, if you're into that, okay? Just pay attention to that. And if there is anything that is coming up in your thought forms, or if there are repeated words that you maybe even say to yourself or say out loud, or have that kind of self-talk where you're noticing it's like, that doesn't actually leave room for miracles to happen, right? That thought or those words actually don't lead me to the path that I'm actually desiring, right? It doesn't support the quest that I'm on. Then that's what you kind of want to pull up from your root chakra here. Those are like the doubts. Those are the second guessing thoughts, right? Or just a lot of you, this could just be your subconscious mind picking up on things that have either been told to you in the past, right? Things that other people feel and believe are not possible, right? Or that are outside of the realm of miracles. You don't have to subscribe to that. You don't have to believe in that. You don't have to attach your energy to that, okay? So really do that work to be very, 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 very aware and mindful of the words that you use, especially under this new moon, right? Because we have Capricorn energy. We also have Aquarian energy. Capricorn, very much so connected to the earthly realm, right? It is the world energy. It also in tarot can represent the devil, right? So things that we are fearful of. So again, just be mindful of the words that you use, especially when you're speaking on the miracles that you're hoping to have, when you're speaking on yourself, on your life, on what you desire. Make sure that it's as high of a vibration as possible, okay? All right. Let's look into this complacency root chakra energy. Again, for those that are new to chakras, there is a reference guide at the bottom of my description box, okay? Thank you so much. Divine, show me what this collective needs to know about the root chakra and complacency. Oh boy. Can I get one more? Oh, okay. There we go. All right, so I was nervous at first, but then the divine came to save the day. Okay, so we have the Tower here. All right, this is Mars energy. This is also Uranus energy, Scorpio and Aquarius. Okay, so Aquarius vibes with this new moon coming in quite strong. And this is what I was saying, collective, where something that has once brought you security, right? Once really made you felt grounded, you maybe relied upon it for a long time, right? Something of that nature is actually coming down. All right. And it's only coming down in order for you to build it back up stronger. So it's not really anything lost. It's just an opportunity to do it in an improved way. Right. So with this Tower, it's, yeah, something that's just been long standing for you, collective, is really either changing, transforming. It feels like it could happen really quickly. This is solar plexus energy. So again, for those of you where your self-talk maybe has been a little bit more on the shadow side, a little bit less optimistic than it maybe needs to be, or a little less positive, it's almost like this is kind of the manifestation of those words, okay? That also came out with the Judgment card, crown chakra energy in this particular deck, okay? More Scorpio energy. Yeah, it's almost like, for those, again, where you've maybe been holding on to something for dear life, like clinging to it because you just can't imagine your life without it. It's always been there for you, or it's always been a part of your life, but it no longer feeds your highest good. So it's almost like being at that crossroads of your higher self knows this is no longer for me, right? Or this is no longer in alignment with what I want, or this is no longer in alignment with what I deserve or what I desire. But something in that lower nature is just like, not letting it go, okay? So the divine is going to come in and call judgment on that and either put you in a situation where you'll be forced to let that go, or shake things up enough to where you really have no choice but to let go, but to get moving, but to set your sights on something different, okay? So a lot of you, this feels like career, possibly. This could also be relationships as well. Yeah. And the only reason why the divine would bring in such strong energy with the Tower and Judgment is because the Wheel of Fortune is right behind that. Meaning that this change, this shift in your energy, this shift in your consciousness, this shift in your 3D life, right, in your foundation is fated. Okay, it was fated to happen this way. It was fated to crumble. It was fated to fall away from you, right? It was fated for you not to hold on to it, for it just to be a part of your life for a season or just for a singular purpose. So with 3 major arcanas right out the gate, collective, this is a really, really powerful new moon energy. So with the solar plexus, your crown chakra, and your heart chakra, for those who are really struggling with letting go, not only focus on your root chakra, but get into those 3 so that you can come into a better alignment and a better understanding of what you actually need to release and what you actually need to walk away from here. Okay? Because ultimately, this Wheel of Fortune happens, turns, it brings you unexpected wealth, abundance, right? Fortune again for a lot of you, but it's faded. So it's almost like the time is kind of now. And I don't want you guys to miss out on this opportunity to receive something better or more in alignment with how you have evolved as souls, right? Just because something feels comfortable and cozy, yeah, or just hard to let go of. And I totally understand, been there, but trust me, when you do take that leap and you take that risk and you allow that tower to crumble and you believe that it was fated to happen, right? You know that the divine is trying to bring in something better for you. It makes that whole complacent energy a lot easier to kind of melt off or get rid of, okay? Thank you so much, divine. Let's look into miracle and the solar plexus. What does this collective need to know about the energy of miracle and the solar plexus under this new moon? What does this collective need to know about miracle energy under this new moon and the solar plexus? Ooh. Can we get one more? Thank you. All right, the first card to flip out here is the Chariot, another major arcana. Whew. Oh, wow. Root chakra energy. Okay, so very interesting. First card to flip out for the root chakra was the solar plexus. First card to flip out for solar plexus was the root chakra. So definitely get into those two. But yeah, it's for some of you, this complacent energy is like feeling super stuck. Like, I can't go anywhere. If I make a move, then this will get forgotten about, or this will fall apart, or it's really feeling stuck. And almost to the point where you really can't see a way out, which is why the divine is bringing in such strong energy to get things moving forward or to get you moving forward. And that's highlighted here with the Chariot, because the Chariot can talk about career advancement, right? Like, it's time for you to set the bar a little higher in your finances, in your career, and what you're able to actually pursue and attain in that realm of your life. The Chariot also speaks of being spiritually aligned with your destined path, okay? So some of you, it's almost like you're on one path that leads to a dead-end road. You know that it leads to a dead-end road, but it's almost, again, something very secure that you have, something that's just kind of always been there, something you've really relied on for a while, and you're needing to veer onto a different path that doesn't have a dead end, okay? Others of you, you need to aim a little higher in your career, especially under this Capricorn energy. You need to dream a little bigger, okay? You need to set your sights a little higher. It feels like you're very ready. You're very prepared. You have what you need to make more money. You have what you need to reach that next level or get that promotion, right? It's all there. You just have to put the energy and the belief behind it, okay? With this Chariot energy. Wow. I'm actually really shocked here. Just that's a lot of major arcana right out the gate. So we have the Knight of Wands here, sacral chakra energy, your second chakra. And we also have the Seven of Swords, more crown chakra energy. Okay. So with this miracle, it's this. Yeah. So with the Nine of Wands, let's start with there. A lot of you, it's this vibe of like, how could I say that, divine? Because yes, it could be guardedness, but I really don't get that all the way. It just almost feels like just a little bit of stubbornness, maybe. Yeah. Feeling kind of very tired and very like exhausted and maybe even a little wounded from this whole journey. Especially, yeah. A lot of you, this is coming out of the Tower and the Judgment energy, feeling kind of like exhausted. Bottom line. bottom line. And I do think, again, it's going to take a lot of faith here. It's going to take a lot of belief in order for you to truly see the miracle in this tower moment, right? In order to really look at the bright side of things, the silver lining is there, collective. You just have to really look for it. And with the Seven of Swords and the crown chakra, it's like for a lot of you right now, your crown chakra could be a little blocked, which is why the divine is having to pull in such heavy energy to get you moving. But once that tower crumbles, once everything shifts, once the wheel turns for you, I think you're going to see a lot clearer here with the Seven of Swords and the crown chakra. You're going to see a lot clearer the actual truth, right? What's actually happening, as opposed to the Five of Swords energy with things that could be foggy, like communication that you're just not fully sure or aware of, or doesn't really make sense. Remember, we are under a Mercury retrograde, okay? So just keep that in mind as well, that a lot of communication, a lot of mental energy can be foggy and clouded. But yeah, it's like, I just feel like you're just going to see it a lot clearer. You're going to see why staying stuck and stagnant and complacent in that energy was actually causing more self-deception here, or was actually leading you to believe in a level of illusion that wasn't getting you to see the full picture of either where you're headed, what your destined path is. It feels like connected to that, right? So this could be the reason why the divine is trying to get you to move, because you're almost perpetuating an illusion here within yourself that's really not doing you good, that's not doing your soul tribe good, right? It's not keeping you in that alignment, all right? So with that powerful energy, it's just understandably you're tired. Understandably you're exhausted, right? Especially after this tower, because it's going to take a lot of energy out of you. But ultimately, and maybe even by this upcoming full moon on the 27th of February, you'll fully kind of understand how you weren't seeing things clearly. We will be out of Mercury retrograde by that time. So it's like where it feels confusing, kind of murky, you know, you're maybe even a little resistant to it, where you find a lot of resistance. It's like that's going to all kind of fade away. All right. And you're going to kind of understand why you feel exhausted. It's all going to kind of come together a little bit more. I hope this is making sense, collective, because it feels too general for me to get specific with it, right? All right, let's just look into this quest and see what else we have. Thank you so much, Divine. Okay, what does this collective need to know about quest energy in the throat chakra? What is it that they need to know about the path that they are on with this quest energy? Thank you so much, Divine. What does this collective need to know? Whoa. Okay. Alrighty. So no cards flipped up here, so we'll start here. Yeah. Nine of Swords, sacral chakra. So this is what I'm talking about, where your anxiety, your worries are leading you to kind of speak and think in ways that are keeping your energy low, right? Remember, you always have power over your words. You have power over your thoughts, okay? That's really where a lot of manifestation begins, and then you just have to have that emotional energy behind it to make it happen, okay? This is just feeling really bogged down by worry. So whether it's when you get onto this new path, it's that second guessing energy of, did I do the right thing? Was this the right choice for me? You know, is this actually going to work out? I don't know. Like, it feels like you're going to want to kind of backpedal a little bit. But yeah, with the Six of Swords, yeah. With the Six of Swords and the Seven of Cups, it's, yeah, okay, let's look at this. Nine of Swords and the Seven of Cups. Emotional confusion, mental anxiety, okay, with this quest. And again, it's up to you to move forward. This is your third eye energy. Trusting the path, right? When you get into this boat, as far as the Six of Swords is concerned, you don't really know where you're going, right? Because you're not steering it. This is the divine leading you forward, guiding you out of some fog, guiding you out of a storm, guiding you out of some darkness. Okay, you don't know where that boat will land, but you trust that it'll be where you need to be, okay? You trust that whatever is caught up in that storm, whatever had you caught up in that storm, will no longer be blinding you, okay? That you get to release the burden of something. And I think for a lot of you, this complacent energy, whatever that's connect to, I don't really feel like you're fully aware of how much of a burden it actually is. And I think that's because it's something you're so used to that it's almost like you're numb to how much it actually drains you or how much it actually keeps you stuck and stagnant. Okay? So ultimately, where you're headed out of is a lot of anxiety, leaving a lot of anxiety and worry behind, and also a lot of emotional confusion, not being clear on, you know, why the cups are there, what's in those cups. It's really being kind of foggy in your emotional body. Okay, which working on your sacral chakra can definitely clear that out. I think that's why there's quite a bit of sacral here for you. But Seven of Cups, there's a real need to, this feels like Scorpio energy as well. Some of you could have a lot of Scorpio in your chart or just strong Scorpio placements. But it feels like, again, moving away from feeling emotionally conflicted about your purpose for some of you, right? Not really sure what path to go, where to take it. It just feels like the divine is really going to put their hand on you, let the towers happen, let things crumble, and move you forward. So there's really not a lot that I feel you have to worry about or stress about here, collective. I think there's just more of a surrender that you're going to have to work through. There's more of a faith kind of thing that you're going to have to face and work through. And really look at what you believe is possible with this miracle energy. What do you believe is actually possible? And it's like, even with what you believe is possible, think bigger. Okay? Because it feels like you guys are definitely on a journey here. I mean, aren't we all? But it's divinely guided. It's definitely divinely guided. So I think things will definitely clear up again, right? You move from the Six of Swords, your third eye, to the crown chakra, the Seven of Swords, where you'll begin to see and understand how it was a miracle for this tower to happen, for this judgment to be called, for this wheel of fortune to turn for you, this fate to happen, something fated and destined. I think you'll then understand how it's getting you in alignment with your path here, or keeping you in alignment with your path. I think you then find a lot of strength and a lot of confidence here. Sacral chakra energy, Nine of Wands. Kind of feeling like all the exhaustion, all the toil, just all the hard work that you've put in, it was worth it. And it may not feel like that now, but I guarantee by this next full moon, you'll start getting little peaks at that. Like that energy is going to start dripping in sooner, like more and more and more, okay? This is a high level of strength, though, with the Nine of Wands to get to this point. So that's something that, one, is miraculous maybe for some of you. But others of you, that's exactly where the miracle lies, in the strength that you've been able to gain by surviving this tower, by surviving this judgment, right? And I think then the path gets a lot clearer. Then you're done with the being emotionally conflicted. You understand, again, that you are on a path, a chosen path for some of you. Yeah. It's just like it's already predestined for a lot of you here. So the worry, the anxiety, the concern, the stress, it's almost unnecessary at this point. Even though it might be something that's really ingrained in your being, that's where your work lies, okay? To try to let go of that. All right, let's go ahead and look into when will the new moon begin. It began this morning, I want to say around like 11:30. Full moon is on the 27th. Yeah, it's a little confusing for sure. I wish I could be a little more clear, but it just feels like I don't think this tower has happened yet. That's the thing. I really don't feel like this tower has happened yet. So I feel more of the Seven of Cups, not really sure what you feel emotionally, over anxiety. But once this tower does hit, and when does Mercury retrograde end? On the 20th? So possibly the 20th then? Maybe around the 20th, 21st, 22nd, when we move into Pisces season or Aquarius season, depending on what astrology you follow. Okay, thank you so much, Divine. What moon phases are going to be important after this new moon? We already know the full moon, but let's look at this. Okay, so we have the waning gibbous 4. I don't even know if you guys can see that. Do you see that in the background? Yeah. So that's when it'll look like. There's a vibration of 20. So 20 or the number 2 might be important for you. But this talks about beauty. Interesting. And that could be, like I said, seeing the silver lining, seeing the miracle in something. Seeing kind of like how perfect this is all working out for you, even if it feels hella confusing or just like, yeah, just, I don't, okay. You have the wolf moon and hunger. So this is a full moon. We just had the wolf moon, right? Yeah, wasn't that the last full moon, end of January? So it's the vibration of 29. So 29 might mean something to you. 11 might mean something to you. Hunger, and then you have growth. Vibration of 5. Okay, 5 might mean something to you, but this is the waxing crescent. Okay, so this is energy that I feel like has just passed. Right. So ultimately, this complacent, they're telling me with the root chakra, right? The roots here. This crumbling, this tower moment, again, ultimately for your growth. All of them are. It's never really to disappoint you. It's never really to hold you back. It's only to clear your path. Okay, and the more that you can embrace that ideology, I think the easier these towers and this judgment energy will be for you, collective, okay? Yeah, a lot of you are just getting a little too big for where you are. Like your roots are swelling almost. And so it's kind of time to find some new soil, expand your... Kind of like, I don't know if you guys are into gardening or not, but you know how when you're growing something and the roots get too big? Oh gosh. You know how you're growing something and the roots get too big and you have to repot, right? You got to find a bigger pot, more soil, so there's room to grow. That's just what this feels like. Whatever you're holding on to, there's no more room to grow in it. You got to plant yourself in a bigger space, in a bigger arena. Again, dream bigger, think bigger, manifest bigger. Because you're getting larger in your aura and in your energy, okay? And you want to definitely make room in the space for that. So whatever you are holding on to, it's not enough room there, okay? With this wolf moon and the hunger, again, the next full moon, even though we've already passed the wolf moon, it feels like either that was a really powerful time for you, collective, or again, this next full moon will be super, super important on the 27th. And I'm almost getting this energy of like major transformation here with the wolf energy. Some of you might connect to wolf. You might even hear wolves wherever you are. But it's like, yeah, once you come out of this complacent energy, it's like you get in that boat in the Six of Swords. You start to understand, okay, that's why I had to let this go. That's why this didn't work. And you almost kind of get excited by the time that boat hits shore. So then this kind of hunger for the next level, this kind of like, I almost want to say emptiness, right? It's like making that space, creating that room around you. It's like now you're kind of get that energy, that vitality, that solar plexus active again to believe that you can fill the space that's you just created for yourself, right? Because it feels like activating something within you, collective, that has just been dormant for a while. Yeah, I'm going to leave that there. I hope that makes sense. And then again, with this beauty, it is seeing the silver lining. It's trusting in the moment, right? It's allowing yourself to be grateful as well for all that you do have, all that is working well for you, all of the fortune that's headed your way here with the Wheel of Fortune. And again, I think this is also a part of finally seeing the bigger picture, or seeing it for what it truly is, why this tower had to happen. Because if you look at that right here, complacency versus this card, how everything's a little barren, there aren't any blossoms, there's no fruit bearing on these trees, but it's like where you're headed, collective, is going to be a lot more beautiful than I think you could really imagine. And I think it's a beauty that'll be very tangible. It's something you're going to be able to sense, something you're going to be able to feel deep within you, okay? Or something that you're going to be able to see all around you. And I think that, again, that's what I said, it was worth it, right? It was worth going through that tower, going through that judgment to get to this beautiful part of your life here. Yeah. Alrighty, collective. That has been your very interesting, kind of fuzzy chakra tuna reading for this new moon in Capricorn and Aquarius. I thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And for all of your love and support that you show of my channel. As always, I will have these oracles posted on the Instagram page with some excerpts from the book to maybe hopefully clarify a little bit of this. I don't want to not waste any more of your time, but take up any more of your time by reading from the book. So definitely follow me over on Cusp of Roses to kind of get that insight, to see if that also helps. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I want to say? Anything you need to know? No, I think that's about it. I will get back to the love readings tomorrow. Okay. I hope everyone has a wonderful Valentine's Day. If you do celebrate, if I don't see you before then. All right. And again, you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see y'all in your next reading. All right. Namaste.